Well, it seems as though 8,000 is here for the Nifty at this point in time. We've just about tested that level. We are just about holding it by the skin of our teeth at this point in time. To put things into perspective, we've tested the 8,000 level 5 times. We've never closed below that level in 2015. And we did touch it on an intraday basis at 7997. That was on the 7th of May. And there we are. It is a sub 8,000 figure that we have on our hands. 7999 is currently where it's at. It's not that, it's just another figure at the end of the day, Sumera, but it is so relevant from a psychological standpoint. And I think we have a couple of guests joining in as well. We have Deven Choksi as well as Jai Bala joining in to talk about the markets. Deven, coming to you first. We've tested 8,000. Now that we're possibly just about at the cusp of that level, do you think that we'd break it quite considerably?
Well, I think that's the guess. That I think 8,000 level at which some of the long-term funds which are buying into the market. At this point of time, I think we believe that the higher amount of pressure is coming in from the traders, basically the global traders, who are offloading their portfolio for a variety of reasons. And that's the reason for which I think the 8,000 is likely to break below. Should it go below, then probably yes, I think we are counting for additional lows. I think somewhere around 7,800 will be the first stop. That's what we believe. So technically, it is appearing that I think we are going a little bit on the weaker side than I think what we envisaged.
Right. Deven, stay on with us. Also, Jai Bala joins in on the line from London. Hi, Jai. You know, considering the kind of build-up that we're seeing at that 7,800 put, what are the levels you're looking at? Deven just mentioned that perhaps 7,800 could be the first stop if 8,000 breaks, conclusively. How much would it open up on the downside for the market?
Yeah, let's something else clear before we embark on that question. The first thing is, the longer-term structure from a 3 to 6 months perspective, even if the low of 7,997 were to go, it makes no difference to the longer-term structure. We are looking at 9,300 plus from a 3 to 6 months perspective. Having said that, let's focus on the short term. I see that the market hasn't yet broken that 7,997 low. Today's low is so far 7,999. But in the event that that low has actually gone, we are looking at something closer to the October lows of, October 2014 lows. But there are a couple of supports on the way. So, the short term could look a bit, scary, but from a medium term perspective, it makes no difference to me.
Okay, Jai, we've addressed the Bank Nifty a lot of times with you. Now we are even sub 17,500 quite considerably at this point. What is the next level that you're watching out for the Bank Nifty?
For the Bank Nifty.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If the May low were to given, I think we are looking at something closer to 16,900 to 16,500 for the Bank Nifty. So that's the next significant support for the Bank Nifty. I think, again, the same...
Jai, just hold that thought.
Thanks very much at the moment. Jai Bala is still with us. Jai, you've said that in the medium term, that's 3 to 6 months, if you can call it that, the target that you have is 9,300. You're not unduly perturbed by the kind of short-term moves that we're seeing right now. But if the call is that in 3 to 6 months, the Nifty were to move to 9,300, what would be the constituents you think would contribute to that up move?
I think it'll be the banks, but banks will first do a jig lower before it starts getting starts looking better, and then it'll be followed by FMCG sector. I'm quite bullish on frontline names like Hindustan Unilever, and even something like Bata has undergone a sizable correction, but not the frontline stock which will move the index. But I think it'll be banks and FMCG which will lift the market.
Okay, so you're convinced that Jai, PNB and Bank of Baroda can recover from the levels of 134 and 150 rupees respectively, and if so, to how much?
Yeah, within the banking space, I'm more positive on the private sector rather than the public sector banks. But once again, the sector asset has got one more leg up, and yeah, I agree that these two are the weakest amongst the banking space. But even here, I think you'll see a sizable amount of rally pick up once this correction is done. I think we'll see a retest of the highs Bank of Baroda made closer to 200 plus. But you got to be a bit more patient. Let the correction play its course. Once that's done, then you can start looking at picking up these stocks.
Okay, Jai, just one last question from my side. Then, if in case we do close below 8,000 convincingly today in specific, would that be a red light or a red alert for you? Even though you have a 3 to 6 month point of view, which is 9,300 on the Nifty.
It won't be Ekta because the long-term structure remains intact. We had, in fact, when we were one of the very, very few analysts who saw the correction start from 9,100, and we were the ones who called in for a 10% correction on the day the markets clocked a record high. And so this is within the parameters of a long-term correction and within the structure of a bullish long-term bull market. So basically, it wouldn't make a dent of impact for the long-term structure, except that the significant support at 7,997. If it goes, the correction is just extending to somewhere close to 7,800. It doesn't change the long-term picture.
Okay. All right, Jai, we leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. So maybe a steeper correction could lead us to 7,800, but that's what Jai Bala has given as his perspective. But Adrian Mowatt is still structurally bullish on the Indian markets, and to put things into perspective, he's been seeing lots of ups and downs in the Indian markets, been investing since August 1993. For the Nifty, we've recouped some of our losses at this point, so 80-20 is back.